Project B is paying a lot, which is what we assumed. This all started with Saudi-backed league, and that's what got the controversy ball rolling and the speculation ball rolling. And to be honest, I wasn't sure what to make of it. But now it seems like a very, very real thing, particularly with Nneka Ogwumike signing, and there's the message that sends with her being the Players Association president and everything. But then there is the bottom line. Everybody's got a price as the $1 million.
So, when people suggest that Caitlin Clark could receive an offer worth $1 billion, it's not as far-fetched as it might sound at first. Is it likely? Probably not, at least not in the traditional sense. But is it possible? Absolutely. We're talking about the same organizations that have reportedly paid athletes tens of millions for a few appearances and handed out signing bonuses in the hundreds of millions. These groups operate on an entirely different financial plane, one where conventional limits simply don't apply.
Anyhow, Project B is founded by former Facebook executive and the co-founder of Skype. And they've got the investors, as I've mentioned before. Candace Parker is one of them, Novak Djokovic, Sloane Stephens. So it's some big-time investors involved as well. But the salary is what is truly staggering, and the thing that could change the entire game in the
The WNBA is facing one of its toughest moments yet. With collective bargaining talks recently extended by 30 days, the league is under intense pressure to finalize a new agreement. But right in the middle of this critical window, a powerful new competitor has emerged, and it's shaking up the entire landscape of women's basketball. The new league, known as Project B, is making aggressive moves to attract some of the WNBA's biggest stars with offers that the league simply can't match. Imagine trying to negotiate your salary while another company is offering your coworkers 10 times more money. That's exactly what's happening right now. So, what exactly is Project B offering? While exact figures haven't been made public, insiders say the contracts are on a completely different level, far beyond what even the top WNBA players earn. In addition to massive salaries, players are being offered ownership stakes in the league, meaning they're not just athletes but business partners who share in the success. Perhaps the smartest move of all, the season runs from November through April, perfectly aligning with the WNBA's offseason. That means players can stay closer to home, earn top-tier money, and play in a professionally run league without the grueling overseas schedules many have relied on for years. For someone like Caitlin Clark, that setup could be a complete game-changer. The timing couldn't be worse for the WNBA. The league is in the middle of negotiating a new media rights deal and trying to capitalize on record-breaking viewership. They need their biggest stars more than ever, but now Project B is swooping in with life-changing offers that threaten to pull the foundation right out from under them. Even Nneka Ogwumike, president of the WNBA Players Association and one of the league's most respected veterans, has officially signed with Project B. She didn't hide the reason either, the money was simply better. And honestly, who can blame her? Players have been pushing for fair pay and better conditions for years, and while the WNBA has promised progress, Project B is actually delivering it. What makes this even more significant is how carefully Project B has positioned itself. The league identified a massive opportunity, players wanting better pay without the hassle of overseas play, and built an infrastructure that solves that exact problem. Strong funding, player equity, elite management, and a flexible schedule make it a legitimate alternative. Now, all eyes are on Caitlin Clark, the biggest name in women's basketball, who sits at the center of this unfolding story. She's the face of the league, the driver of ratings, attendance, and merchandise sales. If Project B lands her, it won't just be a big signing, it would instantly transform the startup into a global powerhouse overnight. Analysts estimate that a potential contract for Clark could range between $10 million and $20 million per year, possibly even more if investors want to make a statement. And given the track record of those involved, especially if Saudi-backed groups are behind it, going all in is part of their playbook. For the WNBA, that would be devastating. It would mean real competition for the first time in its history. Until now, the WNBA had one major advantage: there simply weren't any strong alternatives. Playing overseas was an option, but it came with language barriers, long travel, and inconsistent pay. Project B changes all that by combining overseas-level salaries with American-level structure and stability. Of course, there are critics. Some have raised concerns about where the funding comes from and what kind of message it sends. Those are valid questions. But others point out that sports have always operated in global gray areas, and for most athletes, opportunity trumps politics. Project B represents something WNBA players have been demanding for decades, a market that finally values them appropriately. The WNBA has long said that salaries reflect what the market allows. Now the market has evolved, and it's speaking louder than ever. For Caitlin Clark, this might be the most important decision of her career. She's already done it all, shattered records, brought millions of new fans to the league, and proven she can carry women's basketball into the mainstream. So why stay underpaid when another league is offering not only money but ownership, respect, and influence? If she accepts, it won't just be a personal win, it will be a historic shift. She'd set a new precedent, proving that women athletes can command true market value. The WNBA had years to address these issues: better pay, revenue sharing, marketing, but never moved fast enough. Now, someone else is doing it for them. And the irony? Some of the very people who helped build the WNBA are now investing in Project B. That alone shows how serious this new league is. Its season structure technically allows players to participate in both leagues, but let's be honest, if someone offers you 10 times your current salary, are you really risking injury by splitting your time? Probably not. Project B is strategic, calculated, and ambitious. It's drawing clear comparisons to LIV Golf, which faced early skepticism before forcing the PGA Tour to completely rethink its structure. The same could easily happen here. If Caitlin Clark joins, it will be the catalyst that changes everything, not just for her, but for every player who comes after her. The WNBA would no longer be the only option, and women's basketball would enter a brand new era of power and possibility. At this point, the question isn't whether Project B is real, it's how far it's willing to go. The WNBA now faces a turning point it created through years of underinvestment and missed opportunities, while Caitlin Clark stands at the center of the most important decision in modern women's basketball. Will she take the deal? Will she redefine the sport forever? Whatever happens next, one thing is certain: the entire sports world is watching.